Thank you, Timothy. Now that he has asked me to keep going on, I'll start from there. Thanks to the evaluator for reminding me the reason why I couldn't break the ice last time. I was well prepared with my hammer, chisel and everything, but the ice just wouldn't break. So I'm here to try again and break the ice. Right, so I'm going to tell you a small story. It's about a little boy. Back in 1978, Indian economy was in a different state. World economy was improving. The Cold War was coming towards an end. On the eve of 25th of December in the rest of the world and 26th of December in India, there was a small boy born in a very remote corner of Odisha, in a place called Talcher, right in the center of the coal mine areas of Odisha in India. This boy was born when the world was asleep. Most of Odisha was also asleep because it's afternoon time. People love to have their pokhada, what they say, the rice with water, and they take an afternoon siesta or a nap. So when everybody was asleep, this fellow decided that, okay, I'm going to make a loud cry and announce myself into the world scene. He did that successfully, but just to find that there was no one listening. That's what his mother told him. His mother told, boy, when you were born, there were exactly 4 people there in the entire hospital. Why? Because it was a small hospital. There was one doctor who was brought in forcefully by your maternal uncle because it was needed. There was one nurse which the doctor brought in because he couldn't be alone. And there was my mother and my grandmother. That's it. Just 4 people. So, the doctor looked at the child and he said, wow, congratulations, you have a boy. But then he called my grandmother and asked, can you please come in? I want to talk to you separately in a room. My grandmother went and she asked, okay, what happened? The doctor said, nice boy, born at a wrong time, but I don't think he's going to survive for more than a month. He's born very weak. The weight is much below, and there are other problems. I don't think this child is going to survive for a very long time. But the boy's grandmother said, doctor, I don't trust you. You may be the most well-known doctor here, but my gut feeling says this fellow will keep going on. I said, okay, let's go ahead. So as time passed, the little boy kept growing and his health improved. He grew to be quite talkative first and mischievous after that. So with some sudden struck of thought in their mind, the boy's parents decided to put physics into his mind right from the very childhood. They termed him, or they called him T2. Okay? Whether it is the second phase of time or second time space, whatever it is, P1, V1, P2, T2 and all. So his name was T2, and he kept wondering when he grew up, why not T1? Why wasn't I at the place where time started? But why am I at the place where time has to end? But still, anyway, life has to go on. So he kept going on, and his questions were always circumscribed by the thought process of the society, by the thought process of his parents, and why so and why not so. And then he was always told, you will get to know when you grow up. So our dear T2 kept growing up. He went to school. He had his own set of questions to the teachers. Sometimes his maths teacher was trying to teach him how to do some algebra, and then he asked T2, what are you doing? He said, sir, I'm trying to see and trying to wonder why the crow sat on that branch and not the other one. So the maths sir gave a very nice answer. Please stand up, show me your hand, and can you answer why you should not whack your left hand and why the right hand? So he got his answer, and T2 had to keep going on. As things progressed, he went to school, his school got over. 10th was horrendous for him. Why? Because lived in a small place, the pressure of society was pretty big. So things kept going on. And then T2 arrived in college, +2. He had always dreamt of being an Air Force pilot. He was always raring to go be an Air Force pilot. Again, as the grammarian introduced today morning, his thoughts were again circumspect. No, you cannot be. You have to do something different. Life has to go on. So he kept going on. He said, no, I need speed. I need to do something else. So he thought of joining into the racing world. He became a race driver. But then again, his thoughts were circumspect. This time by no one else. It was just by his own deeds. He was so overconfident that he went and crashed happily, to just realize after a month that he cannot drive anymore. Why? Because his mother has stolen his license. Then life kept going on. What else should I do? He decided many things. He went on to become an engineer, did his courses, landed up in a big MNC, and then finally he met a bunch of people who tried to put some sense into his mind. And as early as today morning, he started learning the differences between what and why. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hearing me. My motto, life must go on for whatever it may be. The small boy T2 grew up to be Tushar Kant Mishra. Thank you.